Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another review. This time around, I'm going to be doing a review for Pitch Perfect 2. Sorry, my voice is kind of in and out right now. Uh, apparently this is the first directing job, I guess. Directing debut, of Elizabeth Banks. Apparently from what I've heard, so yeah. This movie stars Anna Kendrick, Rebel Wilson, Haley Steinfeld, Brittany Snow, Skylar Astin, Adam Devine, Katie Sagal, Keegan Michael Key again, and Ben Platt, and Keegan Michael Key. So yeah, Key and Peele have been in 2 movies this weekend alone. This movie and Tomorrowland. So Pitch Perfect 2 and Tomorrowland. So yeah, they're busy. Or at least Key is. I don't know. Has anybody called up Peele? See what's going on with him? I don't know. So yeah, before I begin though, 10 seconds spoiler warning as usual for those who haven't actually watched the movie and haven't already. Stop the video, go check it out and come back here and watch the rest of this review. 10 seconds spoiler warning as usual starting now. So yeah, 10 seconds are up. So for those who haven't actually watched the movie and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me that I never gave you a fair warning because as usual I did. So yeah, as usual, quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then the rates. So basically, for this movie, for this movie, after a bad performance, a humiliating performance at the Lincoln Center, the Barton Bellas have to now are entering this international competition where they have they have to basically go against these other well-known a cappella groups, bands, whatever, and so they want to be the first American group to ever win this a cappella competition, because 1, they'll be the first Americans to do so, and 2, because they want to regain their status and become famous again, or however that works out. So yeah, the one thing I never understood, even from the first one, is how is a cappella actually popular in this universe they're in. I'm not saying that a cappella is good or bad. I'm just wondering exactly how popular is a cappella in our world. That's what I want to know, because I know you have Pentatonics, which they make a cameo in this movie. But aside from Pentatonics, I don't know any other a cappella groups. So yeah, but in this universe, everybody seems to like every other a cappella group out there. And while me, aside from Pentatonics, I know jack shit. So yeah. Overall it's actually pretty well done, just like the first one. I like the first one, Pitch Perfect. I like the original one. I thought it was pretty good. This one's also pretty good, pretty decent. It's not out of this world, I'm gonna say. It doesn't really compare to the first one. I really enjoyed the original one, and actually for a time it's within my top 50 favorite movies of all time. Then I actually started watching other better movies, and you know how that kind of goes, but when the original one came out, it was one of my favorite movies, within the top 50. Now, I kind of realized it's not that good, but it's still pretty fun to watch. The same thing, it's not as good as the original one, but still, it's not as great as the original one, because this one has, I think, way more flaws than the original one, but still, this was still a pretty decent watch. So yeah, you have the introduction of this new character called Emily, portrayed by Haley Steinfeld, and she's considered a legacy, whatever that means. Basically, in this case, a legacy is the fact that her mom used to be a Barton Bella, so now by that logic, she has a right to become a Barton Bella. And the only thing I was thinking when I heard that is like, what if she's just a terrible singer? I don't know. Luckily, she turns out to be a great singer, and she actually has this original song called Flashlight, which in this case it's Pitch Perfect's 2 version of cups. In the first one, Anna Kendrick had cups, the whatever. In this case, now you have flashlights, which I believe Jessie J, or if I'm not mistaken, did the cover for it already or something like that. I don't know, or recorded it. I don't really know. So yeah, overall, I think it was a pretty well movie. Not as great as the original one. I don't think it's gonna compare to the original one because this one has tons of flaws. There's this whole boot camp scene, which I understood it. They had to, be close, become closer. But I think that the boot camp scene kind of dragged on after a while. It was a good 20 minutes. And I think they could have cut that down to about 10 minutes at most. So yeah, there's actually a lot of comedy throughout the scene. You have the Green Bay Packers, some of the team members, doing a cappella for like a while, for a small scene cameo. That was actually pretty funny. And actually, they have good vocals. I'm not gonna lie, they actually have pretty good vocals. I wouldn't be surprised if that's auto-tuned or something, but if that's like their actual voices, then they actually have some pretty good vocals. I mean, then again, they sang "Bootylicious" by, who is that, Beyonce or Destiny's Child? Um, Whatever. That was funny. Yeah, you also have this German group, DOS Sound Machine, which the first thing I was thinking of was that song by Rammstein, Du Hast. DOS Sound Machine, Du Hast. You know how that goes. And apparently one of the singers, like the main male, the main guy singer in that band, Flulu Borg, I believe his name is, or Flula Borg, whatever. Apparently he's a YouTuber, so that's pretty interesting. So yeah, you had a lot of nods to common social media, with YouTubers, Pentatonics making a cameo, the Green Bay Packers, and actually some pretty popular songs, from this decade, and even the last one, they were all pretty good. You had a bit of Taylor Swift in there thrown in, Rihanna, whatever. One thing I always kind of wish they had from these movies, is that I kind of wish that they have a bit more rock and rap, because that's kind of my style, rock and rap. But I'm still good with it. So yeah, overall, it's a pretty good movie, not as great as the original ones, but the original one, sorry, but still pretty good. Still pretty decent watch. It has a tons of issues, pacing wise, and it is formulaic to a certain extent. But yeah, and the fact that this is Elizabeth Banks' directing debut, if I'm not mistaken, I think has something to do with that. Um, so yeah, overall, pretty good movie. Not the best, not the worst. It's pretty good. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I'd give this a 6.5 out of 10. Pretty decent movie. Could have been better. The singing was still pretty good. The singing scenes, that was still pretty great in my opinion. So yeah, that's basically it for this review. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. Comment down below on your thoughts on the movie. Have you seen it? And if not, why not? And if you have, what are your thoughts on it? Comment all that down below. Let me know. Like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And aside from that, that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.